Hey YouTube friends and family, I'm back after a very, very, very long absence. I know. It's just, life. Anyway, Happy New Year! Happy New Year to everybody, and I'm wishing everybody abundant blessings, health, prosperity, all the good things. All the good things, because 2026 has got to be better than the last couple of years, right? I said this in 2025, that it could not be any worse than 2024, and I was wrong. It was just as bad, maybe a little bit worse. So yeah, let's hope that, things are getting better, or they will get better. Now that we kind of have an idea of what we're dealing with. Anyway, let me not get off topic as I want to do. So I've been missing for a very long time. And so if you're back as a returnee, thank you so much. I am so grateful, and Happy New Year and blessings to you. And if you're new, my name is Maxine. The channel is Renaissance Max, and over here we are talking about fashion, mostly vintage fashion, affordable fashion, affordable clothing, and a bunch of other stuff. But basically that's it. Hoping to segue into beauty and, a little bit, maybe a little hair. We'll cover all the bases at some point, okay? Because, there's a bunch of other stuff that I'm interested in. I'd like to sort of, bring them all together at some point. But, of course, the focus is always going to be on the fashion, okay? So what have I been up to? Not much. Obviously wasn't posting. I wasn't posting videos. It started off that I had sort of 9-to-5 gig, and the time. I was just time challenged. I was exhausted. It was a long commute. And it was just exhausting, took up all my time. I then very quickly, because of commuting, caught a cold, a hacking cough that lasted quite a while. And so then that segued into yet another cold, and just stuff. I started questioning, that the longer you're away from doing this, the more you start questioning, what am I doing and why? And even when I came to the realization that yes, you do it because you can, because you must, because you think you have something to contribute. And then it's just a matter of like getting back on the bike, right? And making it happen. And actually, I have another video in the works, ready to go, that was going to be my first video back, which is my coat collection, because I had said in previous videos that I was going to be doing this coat collection, and I was really just waiting for winter. But anyway, that was going to be my first video back. But then, simultaneously, I had this sort of DIY project that I've been working on, and I think that this is actually the perfect sort of back to YouTube, back to social media project video to do first. First of all, because I didn't even take into consideration the holidays. So yes, again, Happy New Year to everybody. But yeah, I wanted to do this particular video and have this come out first, because I think it's kind of the perfect segue into where I hope to be sort of taking this channel. So instead of just doing hauls and talking about, what I've bought and how to style it up and all of those things, I want to do just some other stuff, some DIY projects and things like that. Because, I don't sew. Fully admit, I do not sew. But I am, prone to being creative with my clothing. And so I would like to show you guys what I do and how I do it, being as I don't sew. And also another reason for this particular video, and why I think it's apropos for right now, is that I'm at capacity. Pretty sure I said that in my last video. I am absolutely at capacity for clothing. I did buy a couple of new sweaters, for instance, knowing I don't need any more sweaters. And so then I had to make space. So I actually had to purge a couple of sweaters, or more like 4, in order to accommodate those two. Yes, that's how bad it is. That's how dire it is. I cannot convert any more rooms into closets in this space. So, yeah, I have to work with what I have, and what I have is at capacity. And I think that's true of maybe a lot of us. We are we don't need any more. We don't need any more. And so I love the idea of going into the new year, introducing another thing that I actually really like to do, which is to repurpose stuff. You know, we all have those things that sit in our closet. We don't wear them. We don't really reach for them like that. But we don't want to get rid of them for whatever reason. You know, we think we might need it at some point. They are basic enough that, you know, yeah, in a pinch, maybe that's something you can reach for, even though we don't. But yeah, so I found myself in that particular predicament, having bought a vintage skirt because I really wanted something plaid, check, whatever. I know that's a big trend happening right now, and I decided I would do it, but I would do it vintage, as I am wont to do. And so I bought the skirt, even though it didn't fit. I know it didn't fit. I knew before I got it that it wasn't going to fit me. It's a little bit small. And see, that's another thing that I do that I'm trying to be a little bit more discerning about, because I am very prone to getting something that doesn't fit, thinking, well, I'm going to alter it to make it fit. I'm going to alter it and make it my own. So again, good segue into the whole repurposing thing, which is what I am doing in this video. So yeah, I got this vintage skirt. Love the skirt, knew it was not going to fit me, but because it's so long, I thought, okay, well, even if I have to take away a little bit from the top, because it does flare out, to make it fit at the waist, then that's not going to be an issue. At the same time, as I'm going through my closet, I realized that I have a skirt that, even though it's very current, you know, the dark brown chocolate, I just wasn't reaching for it. And it was just going to be sitting in my closet, and because I have tons of other skirts. And so this was not going to get any play whatsoever, really, outside of, you know, I did some stuff on Instagram, so you can check out my Instagram, same name, Renaissance Max. And I did do a styling up video thing over there using the skirt. But I decided, because the colors go together, that I could repurpose it and sort of meld the two together. Why would I do that? Because the vintage skirt, pure wool, I think, from Pendleton, vintage, I don't know what the provenance is, probably, I want to say 60s, 70s, something like that. Could be even earlier, I really don't know. But the point is, as much as I love the skirt, it doesn't have the one thing that I absolutely require in my clothing, as we all know, and that is pockets. So why am I combining these two items? Because I get to have pockets, and I get to have something that actually fits without too much fuss or bother, right? Because again, I don't sew. But what I do is put things together. And then I have this great sort of dry cleaner / alterationist. I have two different ones that I can go to for whatever. And I have them sew it together for me, because I don't even own a machine. I know, that's crazy. I should get one, and I should take some classes. My mother used to be a dressmaker. My mother was a dressmaker, like in real life. And so you would think I would have picked up some pointers. And I did, in terms of hand sewing and embroidery. But with a machine, forget about it. Forget about it. Okay, before I jump into the whole scenario with the new repurpose, this is not my first rodeo. No. I've done this before. I've done this, and I'm going to show you a couple of the pieces that I've done this with, where I took 2 or 3 different pieces that on their own were just meh, and I put them together to create something fantastic. Okay, so I'm going to show you the first one, and that is this skirt. Okay, maybe I should push you guys back a little bit so you can see more of what I'm showing you. It is this maxi skirt. It's got frayed edges, And as you can see, it's got an insert in the middle here, okay? And then it sort of comes together at the back. There's another insert there, hitting the ceiling fan. And it even has a little tiny little pocket here. And that is because this particular outfit was made from this skirt. Hold on. These were pants. I bought these pants on sale from Zara. They were $12 during a sale. And they were cute, but I don't know why I wasn't reaching for them. And then I ended up getting a pair of cargo pants from H&M that were also on sale. And I decided, because I already have a pair of cream jeans, or cream beige bone colored jeans, that I would love to have a skirt in this color, and hence these two being put together. Now it's very, very basic. It's your typical, slice the pants in half. You can see where it's folded over here, adding pieces from the other pant. The other pant, I didn't like the way it fit when I got it home. That was basically the bottom line. And so I created this space here. So very, very basic DIY, right? And same with the front, where I put it in here, okay? And that's it. I created this maxi skirt. Ta-da! From two pieces that were just sitting, going to waste in my closet. So what I did was pinned it all together and then stitched it very, very loosely, took it to my alterationist and said, can you sew these pieces together for me? And this is the result of it. So yeah. Okay, I hope that's inspiring to someone who might otherwise be stressing over having to give things away or donate or whatever. You can repurpose them. I love anything that's kind of distressed, handmade looking, like if I could live in Sakai, if I could afford Sakai, I would live in Sakai. That whole sort of Yohei Yamamoto aesthetic too, where things are just a little off kilter, a little distressing, showing up some patchwork. Like, I love stuff like that. Absolutely love it. Oh, speaking of which, my outfit of the day, I always forget to talk about this. So this jacket, this little tie-dyed looking jacket is, oh my God, must be at least 20 years old, from BCBG. Well, it's old, and from BCBG, and I love it. It's just a little sort of throw over that I use in the summertime when it's really, really hot, but it cools down a little bit at night. That's when I would pull this out. And I put this on because I decided to wear it with my, I'm going to stand up here so you can see, my tie-dye jeans that I got from the Gap. I think I have a post with these on Instagram as well, and I've probably talked about them in a video when I bought them, because I had that epic haul from the Gap where I got the raincoat and this and a couple of other things. But anyway, okay, let me stand. I'm going to stand on here so you can see the whole fit. These are my tie-dye barrel leg jeans. I'm kind of a little bit still on the fence about them. I mean, I think this is a very funky outfit. I just gotta, this is actually a bodysuit underneath. But yeah, that I haven't bothered to do up. But this is it, and I'm wearing my new Sambays that were a Christmas gift. These are also very, very affordable, I think, from DSW. I will link them below, okay? Hope you can see those, but yeah. And they haven't been worn outside, so hence me stepping on the furniture. But yeah, so I showed you the first skirt that I DIY'd, and then I got a little bit more ambitious. So I was looking for a black denim skirt for the longest time and could not find one anywhere. I know that sounds ridiculous, but you would think something like that would be available just about everywhere, but it was not. And so I decided to create my own. And again, I had, this is actually, I think, 3 different items at least put together. So let me show you. It's a skirt a very distressed looking skirt. And a little bit asymmetric at the end, there at the hem. See that? See all the distressing on it? And the stitching. And then at the back, I got a little bit creative there and added a pocket from another jean that I had. And this band on the inside, I believe, was actually from another jean, or was it from a skirt? I think it was from a pair of jeans, and maybe the cargo pants, probably the cargo pants that I used on the beige skirt. I used to create the inside here, and then the whole plan was to make it asymmetric. Not sure I actually was able to pull that off. But yeah, again, I had these black jeans that were huge. They were men's jeans, I think. I bought them from Aeropostale over in Buffalo, Niagara Falls. And they already had the distressing in them. They were humongous. I decided to cut them up and make a skirt out of it, because I didn't know what else to do with the pants. And actually, I think I bought it intentionally to do that because I was looking for a black skirt and I couldn't find one, at least not a long one. So that's what I decided to do. And I took the pocket off the back on one side. This pocket is from a pair of jeans that I found at Plato's Closet, which is a not consignment, they actually buy things outright, but yeah, a thrift store that we have here in Toronto. It's a franchise. I found a pair of funky jeans that had fringe all the way down the side. If I can find the jeans, because I think I hung on to them, I will show you at some point. But yeah, that's from there. So I decided to layer the pockets. And yeah, this is the skirt. I decided to do the hand stitching down the middle with some embroidery thread, and I left like just a little piece here and added onto it because I thought it came out a little bit shorter than I wanted it to. So yeah, again, put it all together, pinned it all together with many try-ons in between, and then stitched it, and just hand stitching exactly the way I wanted it to look. Took it to the cleaners and had him sew it up for me properly so that it doesn't fall apart while I'm wearing it. Because yeah, you can't just hand stitch stuff, but and expect it to, not if I'm doing it anyway. Okay, so those are my previous projects. So I'm not going into this a complete novice, but again, I would love to up my game in terms of, doing this more regularly, and as a way to save pieces in my closet that just aren't getting the love that they should be getting. So I'm going to show you the stuff that I did with the skirt in order to prepare it for the cleaners, the alterationists, the dressmaker, whoever's going to put it together. Yeah, I'm going to show you, crop up the videos, show you what I did, and yeah, we'll talk about it after. Okay, so this is a brown and white pure wool Pendleton vintage skirt that buttons up the front. It's part of a large haul that I just acquired. As you can see, it does not fit me. It's too small. Luckily, though, there is quite a bit of pleating by the waistband. And this is the brown denim skirt I bought from the Gap sometime last year. And this is going to be incorporated with the check skirt, because it has the elements that I want to include with the other skirt, which are pockets, for the most part. So here I am cutting the fabric off below the pockets because that's what I want to retain. This is the part that I've cut off. And here I am using a seam ripper to detach the waistband from the rest of the skirt. As I said, there is a lot of pleating there, so I'm going to be able to have an extra few inches to play with. And here I am attaching the fabric to the denim skirt that I've cut up or cut off, and I'm doing a chalk outline so I can figure out where the fabric needs to be cut to allow access to the pockets. And I'm doing that on both sides. And then I'm going to do the exact same thing on the back of the skirt. Do the chalk outline so that I know where to cut the fabric to allow for easy access to the pockets. I'm now going to attach with pins the fabric to the skirt, or the skirt to the other skirt. Okay, so it's all pinned up and put together, and that's basically how it's going to look once it's all sewed up and done. As you can see, I now have access to the pockets, both on the front and on the back. I don't like the button that they've used on the front. All the other little rivets or divots or whatever you call them are a really cute little copper color that I think looks really good with the dark brown. But for whatever reason, they've used a silver button. So I had to cut it out. And so what I'm doing is I've cut the original button from the waistband and just put it through the hole that I created where the silver button was, and then sewed that on. And then here you can see the completed look with the original button from the check skirt now on the denim skirt. And so that was pretty easy to do. So here's the skirt all put together for the most part, right? But not stitched up yet. So the next time you see this, it will be complete because it is now ready to go to the dressmakers and be sewn together. I'm probably going to make sure there's a little bit more distressing happening, you know. And then here, I am going to have a press stud here to keep it together because I need this to open so that I can access the zipper for the skirt underneath, right? But then you won't see that when it's all done up. So yeah, that is my latest DIY. And when it's all said and done, we'll come back and talk about it and I'll show it to you and style it up. Yay! So I hope this has been an inspiration for you. It's ready. As soon as it's ready, I'm going to come back and show you what it looks like and how I would style it. But yeah, so I hope that this was inspiring and maybe gave you some ideas. Anyway, that is it, people. That is my video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. And if you did, then think about subscribing and coming back. I am going to be much more consistent this year. I was on a roll for a while last year and then, you know, just stuff, right? And also, to be honest, it is kind of a lot of pressure coming up with videos, I think, every single week, especially when other stuff is going on in your life. So I don't want to make promises that I can't keep, but I am going to be much more consistent. I really want to come to you with new things, inspired things, interesting things. I don't want to make videos just to be putting out content. I mean, I do have lots of ideas. Sometimes, you know, you just can't execute them in time or, you know, in a timely fashion. But I do have some stuff lined up that's coming up. There's that big haul. There's the coats, of course, next. There's that massive haul that might take a couple of videos because I think it was massive. And also because I want to show how I'm styling those vintage pieces that I got with stuff already in my closet. And I did do some shopping, right? Like not tons and tons, but there are a lot of new things in that I didn't show because I haven't been doing videos. But anyway, yeah, so I'm going to be back. So think about subscribing. Please comment. Let me know what you think of the DIY. Are you planning anything like that yourself? Do you have any questions about anything I did? Remember, I don't sew, but if I can help, I certainly will. But let me know what you think. And yeah, come on back. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the content. I hope you did. Again, I hope you have a wonderful, 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 wonderful 2026. Happy New Year to everybody. And hopefully, most definitely, I will see you in my next video. Okay? Take care, YouTube friends and family. Come on back. I'll come back. And we'll do this again. Okay? All right. Bye.